Hi, in this video we're going to be using HTML, CSS and JavaScript to put together our own website from scratch. Go to codepen.io and create an account for yourself, which will allow you to save your work to the cloud so you can work on it from home, school, wherever you are. And then this is your dashboard and it shows you different pens. Pens are your pages. So once you started creating, will show in your dashboard. To create a new one, you just go and you click on pen and it opens up the console. So here's your HTML. That's your hypertext markup language, which is a series of tags which tells your browser how to display the text that you type in. CSS stands for cascading style sheets, and that basically gives instructions to the HTML. So it says how these tags must be displayed, what they must look like. And JS is where you put your JavaScript. So that's nifty little code that we'll be adding later. We're going to be putting together a hoax website just for fun. Now the way this works is that when you type in your HTML, your CSS or your JavaScript, whatever the page looks like will display at the bottom here. You can go up to change view and put it on the side if you want. So I prefer that view. I can just see my page a bit bigger. And then I go into the HTML and I'm going to start creating some HTML. But first, you'll notice at the top here, it says untitled. Well, let's go and change that. So the first HTML tag that you need is to tell the computer that it is HTML that needs to be read. And tags look like this. They're inside those triangular brackets. Notice the moment I started doing that, it's lit up white. It knows that I've started creating something, so it's displaying what I'm creating. The tag HTML tells the computer to start reading HTML. And I'm going to go down to the bottom of my page, and I'm going to put /HTML inside those triangular brackets. And that tells the computer to stop reading HTML. So these are what tags look like. They're inside those triangular brackets, and whatever's inside those tags, the opening tag and the closing tag has that slash on it, whatever's inside will be formatted by that tag. So everything inside here is HTML. Now there are two parts to any HTML page, and that's first of all the head. So I'm going to need a head tag. And I need to close my head tag. And the body. I'm going to need a body tag and to close my. So reading this like this, it opens the head and it closes the head. It opens the body and it closes the body. And it's all inside the HTML. So whatever goes inside the head is going to be information, the title of the web page, for example, keywords to allow search engines to search for it, and JavaScript also goes in here. So I'm going to put a title in here, and to do that we use the title tag. I'm going to open title and close title. Oops, I forgot to put the slash, which shows that it closes. And then inside that tag, I'm going to put the title of my web page. I'm going to be writing about the Loch Ness Monster. So I'm going to use that as my title, if I saved it correctly. So that in any web page is going to be what displays on the menu tab. So if I go to our Engage portal, for example, at the top here, you'll notice it says Engage portal. That inside that little menu tab, right at the top, that's the title of the page. So what I typed here, when I publish my web page, that's going to be up there in the tab where it says Engage Portal there when we open it up. It's the title of the page. I'll show you how to do search engine keywords and things like that, and how to add the JavaScript there later. Now let's go inside the body. The body is whatever shows inside the page of the web page, the body of the web page. So in our portal here, it's going to be everything here inside the page, staff portal, home, marking, register, pupils, etc. This is my Engage page, what it looks like. Yours looks slightly different, of course. So everything inside the body is what displays as the web page, and the title appears at the top there. Let's go back into CodePen. And so if we were to just type stuff inside the body, it should appear on the page, right? So I'm going to put a heading in. I'm going to put the Loch Ness Monster is real. You'll notice it's appearing here. It takes a few seconds to appear. There it is. It's unformatted. I want this to be a heading. So what I can do is use a heading tag. So I go in the front here and I put H1, and then I go to the end of my heading and I close my heading tag like that. So inside that H1, you'll notice it's trying to kind of format itself. Not doing the tabs very well, but anyway. And now it's nice and big and bold because it's now a heading style. H1 is your heading. A subheading, any subheadings you have would be H2. Any sub-subheadings would be H3. Sub-sub-sub-subheadings would be H4, etc. Usually you only have headings and subheadings in any web page. And you'll notice this is inside the body tags. I opened it here, I put my heading in here, and I'm closing my body here. If I want some text, I can use paragraph tags. So I open and close a paragraph, and then I go back inside, and whatever I type inside the paragraph tags will be part of this paragraph. So if I go, if you go to Scotland, you must go and visit Ness to see its famous monster, etc., etc. And you'll notice this is being typed out as a paragraph. And if I were to go in and put another paragraph, obviously my paragraph should be a little bit longer than that. I'm going to put to find Nessie, hire a submarine, and I'm going to continue. And you'll notice it's put it with a gap in between. It's a new paragraph. So any paragraphs I add will be added as paragraphs here. Now, for this particular assignment, what I want you to do is to head on over to W3 Schools online web tutorials. So it's w3schools.com, and you'll notice you've got Learning HTML, HTML reference. This is your go-to place where all the tags that you will ever need, you will find. You'll notice in the HTML example here are the tags that I use, the H1 and the paragraph tags. You're pretty much going to use those a lot. What other tags could you use? Well, if I go into HTML reference and I can go down the side here, you'll notice that there are a whole bunch of different tags. And some of them you're going to use very, very infrequently, not often. Some you're going to use a lot. So, for example, as I go down here, we're going to get to the anchor tag later and see what that does. But if I go down to BR, that's to make a break. If you want a line break, if you want to force it to go onto a new line. Or I've got B for bold. If I click on that, it says, oh, how do you make bold text? Well, you put them in between B tags, and whatever's there will show as bold. So what I want you to do is to go and find 3 other tags that you can use in your web page. So use the references here. Try and find 3 tags that you can use other than the ones we used here. And then you're ready to share so we can see your progress. Click Save. And when you click Save, it saves your page. So everything you've done now is saved to the cloud. When you log in again, you'll see it on your dashboard. And right at the bottom here, you'll notice you've got a share link. If you click on Share and you go Copy Link, you've now copied the URL to this page. And you can now paste that into your team's assignment. upload it, and that's your first assignment. Challenge 1 for HTML and CSS.